Oh, this is awkward. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Alright, are we good now? Are we up? Okay. When I was hitting record, it was like lagging and then kicked me off Twitch. But then the recording continued, so I'll just like video edit away like the first 40 seconds or whatever. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Tactics Colosseum AI Tournament League for June. We have Preseason 2 up today. I'm Sardek, and with me tonight is Korremar.
Good evening, everybody.
And let's get it started. Up first we have Kjata versus Soul, Well-Armed Peasants versus Of the Earth. Alright, for the Well-Armed Peasants we have Piggly Wiggly the Porky, Pitchfork the Lancer, Double Dragon Whiskers with basic skill and MP switch, Bucket the Knight with Punch Art, Auto Potion, and Martial Arts, and Mop the Samurai with White Magic Hamido and Equip Bows. I'm sure you're just tickled to death seeing more bow samurais.
Absolutely, love to see it.
On the other side, for Of the Earth, we have Totem the Sacred, Barkskin the Woodman with Protect Spirit, Sway the Taiju with Spirit of Life, and Earthchild the Monk with Hamido, Battle Skill, and Equip Armor.
As the name implies, unsurprisingly, of course, a lot of team-based healing there with AoE Earth attacks.
Yep.
Definitely one of the harder elements to really take advantage of sometimes, in terms of, multiple sources of it on your team. There's just not that many Earth attacks, so it can be a little challenging, but certainly we do have the Earth Slash and the Mimic Titan here, and the trees might not have an Earth AoE, but they certainly do absorb it, so... It's an extremely durable team with a lot of ability to keep itself up. The poisoning yourself doesn't help with that.
I had to figure out how that poison is applied. Like, is it a property of the map, like on the map editor, or is it a code thing? Is it hard-coded to the map ID?
Yeah, that would be, not only just for the sake of knowing, but it would be cool because, that does offer potential for other maps to, have, neat procs and stuff. Maybe you stand on fire and it does some damage or something.
Porky gets the lucky HP restore there.
Leap Dance to follow it up, doing some more damage, hitting that Lancer as well, but Lancer is still pretty healthy. A second Leap Dance is going to bring it a little lower, but still not near fatal. Piggy moves over, goes for a big straight dash on this Monk. 247 is quite a lot, but Monk's no slouch in HP. There's a bow shot, though. Doesn't even need the Holy Strike. It is enough to kill. Wave Fist taking the tree down as well, and Of the Earth is falling apart very quickly here under the well-armed peasants. Ooh, Mimic Titan getting a kill on the pig just before it was going to go, just before it was going to get its turn, so it does tick down to 2. There's a Protect Spirit. Revive does bring the pig back up. Knight is in a little bit of a challenging position here. The Samurai does Masa itself, so gets that region, moves right into the swamp, and gets poisoned, so that didn't do a lot.
Super useful. Very, very smart AI.
Straight dash, but the pig gets countered. The bull says, let me show you how to actually do this. Big Stomp heals the tree, but almost heals the knight as well. Auto Potion undoes almost all of that damage.
Double haste is a pretty nice roll on that one.
Absolutely. There's a Leaf Dance. Does get a kill. Damages the knight, but the knight is still alive, so still going to be benefiting from that haste. A cheer up given the region as well, plus some MP. Not that that is super relevant. Here comes a Berserk. Does not land.
That would have been a big deal, taking the Reviver out like that.
Absolutely. But sandbagging, getting this piggy up over and over, not doing a ton, unfortunately, because the AoE does mean the piggy goes back down just coincidentally. But some big hits from the Lancer take the Minotaur down, and yeah, still theoretically, maybe you could see the tree do something, but it's going to be a tough, little bit of an uphill battle here.
I think it's pretty safe to call for the well-armed peasants. Even without that crystal, they were way ahead.
Oh, and a full team Kyo. Yeah, that's rough. Straight dash, no damage split there. Knight is going to move in, and I do believe it finished the tree off. Sure does, and that is round one to the well-armed peasants.
Small 117 up next.
Well, look at that. That's exciting. Nice to not have it be the hideous checkerboard. Oh, a straight dash and a double stab into the tree takes it out immediately. But this is a big Mimic Titan. That is hitting all four, I believe. Ooh, but a Secret Fist. There is a counter coming out. Secret Fist on the Minotaur, not ideal. Ooh, wow. This, yeah, but a Leaf Dance coming out too. Gonna do some damage to 3. The, well-armed peasants are in trouble here.
Super fast. It's a 3-on-1.
Pig's back up, but at no HP, so another Mimic Titans to kill it and do some damage as well. Not quite enough to kill, but that Lancer is not long for this world. Wave Fist coming through right here. No, a Speed Ruin. Insult to injury there. Spirit of Life coming out from the tree does res the other tree, and here is the Minotaur to finish it.
What a brutal beatdown.
Wow, just like that, game 3.
I'm going to keep the music the same because it has only been playing for like 30 seconds.
Right, well, we see the small map significantly in the favor of the peasants, but this map definitely not super medium. They do have a few turns to cross these gaps here. Or in the favor of the Earth, rather. So yeah, let's see what this map has in store for us. There is a lot of verticality, but it doesn't look like either team is super interested in taking advantage of it here. still moving forward. That is, of course, not the buff piggy. Alright, Knight gets a Secret Fist, doesn't land it though, so the tree is still doing just fine. 2 stabs into the other tree, that is really big if that goes down, but a Mimic Titan does get a heal on it and does some damage to each. Knight does recover it, and the Lancer does eat it with the MP switch. Kyo on 3, so the Piggy, Knight, and Samurai a little more durable now. There's a Protect Spirit. Tree said, you know, that seems like a grand idea. I will shell and protect my team as well. Leaf Dance, the damage does stick to the Knight. The Piggy moves back, so it can't really get in to do anything just yet, but moving back, not great from the AI. Secret Fist on the Monk, but that gives the Monk 3 turns to do whatever it feels like. Ooh, some parkour from the Lancer there.
Not a job you usually see the parkour from, so that's a thing.
Lancer says, I know how to jump, I swear. Ooh, that's a big Mimic Titan. Hitting 3 and healing an ally, that's probably enough to spell doom for these peasants here.
And they had such a strong showing game 1, too.
Leaf Dance drops the pig low, but it gets the HP restore, so it's still in it. We are going to see the life come out to bring the Knight back up. Knight does have a lot of HP, so life giving 204, and there's the oink!
Huh, that didn't do the right amount of healing.
It sure didn't. That's weird.
Let me load this up and see why it did that. Cover me.
Earth Slash gets the kill on the Samurai. Knight is going to chakra himself, but does chakra the Monk at the same time. That was the Monk's last action, though, before that Death Sentence proc.
Let's see, it's...
Tree gets an action here. Goes for Protect Spirit. It does get the Protect and Shell on itself, the Minotaur and the Monk, but it doesn't really matter on the Monk since it is going to die before it gets any other actions. Leap Dance to the Piggy for just 70. Pig gets an action, goes for another oink.
Yeah, I just completely forgot that the Goblins got the full revive. So that is actually correct.
Berserk, but it does not land. Monk goes down. Protect and Shell wearing off on a couple of units there. The Monk Knight wave fisting through the wall takes the Minotaur down, and honestly, you know, the well-armed peasants might turn it around here. Even with the oink not working properly, it looks like they may just take it.
No,
here.
it is working properly. The Goblins are the ones that have the full revive.
Oh, okay, so the pigs just do not have a full revive at all now. Got it. Ooh, but the Monk getting rezzed back up might just steal it from him. There's going to be a Leaf Dance doing some damage to the pig, and it is enough to kill. Pig does not get a chance to HP restore, and Of the Earth takes it.
2-1. Pair of very lopsided matches, and then suddenly one that could just go either way. Up next, we have Break 5 versus Barren 3. Waffle and Chicken versus the Rams Villagers. Alright, up for Waffle and Chicken, we have Hattie B's the Dark Behemoth. Party Foul the Thief with Sing, CT Save, and Defense Up. Bolton Spicy the Squire, Item Hamido Overflow, and Overflow Chaos Blade. Haven't seen that for a couple of months. And Smokin' Thighs the Lancer. Double Chaos Blade. Item Encounter on this one. On the other side, for Rams Villagers, we have Fade the Thief with Throw, Dragon Spirit, and Equip Armor. Gray the Lancer with Item, Auto Potion, and 2 hands on his spear. Tobin the Archer with Punch Art, Counter, and Attack Up. And Cliff the Time Mage with White Magic, Critical Quick, and Short Charge. We're going to go to Large 30.
All right. Wow. Very early shuriken, but only 84, not a ton. It's definitely got to be a compatibility issue there. Unless they have defense up or something like that, they certainly could. That is not going to be a compatibility issue. If that time strike goes off, it will be more than enough to kill.
So much for the Singing Thief.
Sure enough, more than enough damage with that being the mid-song. There's another huge shot coming out from the archer into the behemoth. This archer doing huge work here with these time shots.
Thief takes away the MP switch, so the behemoth is in big danger.
Oh, but the Lancer gets the Chaos Blade proc! Holy shit!
Yeah, sometimes you just die. That's a huge hit with that spear.
Honestly, 10 damage from the Chaos Blade. That's huge damage for a Chaos Blade.
The hasted Lancer gets the double turn to take out the other.
Damage moving up, going for a refresh on the haste. Does haste itself as well. Squire moves back to sandbag this Thief up, so Thief may or may not actually get a song off. There's a... Ooh, that's not a skill we see very often. Behemoth actually went for the sudden cry, but it did not succeed.
That behemoth is very dangerous.
Shuriken puts the Thief right back down. Time Mage is going to move up, go for a spell, a stop. The big stab. Behemoths are big old meatballs. Do have a lot of HP, but 198 is still a hefty stab, so a good amount of it. And a don't move coming through to be there when the stop wears off, but it doesn't happen. Another 198, the Behemoth is very low. Shuriken gonna take that Thief down yet again, and certainly breaks team more than a little on the back foot here. They do not have a way out of this, I do not think.
Is that Squire one of the Chaos Bladers?
I'm not sure, let me take a look. It does have a Chaos Blade, yes.
So there is a way out of it.
Theoretically, certainly, but it would need to be able to actually get those hits, which certainly it is not going for at all. But more than that, it's gonna have a tough job surviving long enough. The Thief does actually get an action. Will it actually get to resolve that action? Let's find out. Lancer is gonna kill the Squire there, so it's just the Thief now. It is not even the Thief now, and the first game goes to Barren.
Barren's team has a lot of damage. very big damage coming out of the Archer and Lancer, with the Thief just there for shurikens to soften the targets into being one-shottable.
Absolutely. That Archer in particular, yeah, extremely vicious.
He takes the high ground, and that's going to be dangerous.
There's a Chaos Blade, but does nothing but proc the Dragon Spirit. Dragon Spirit, though, notably, I mean, certainly, I mean, it's good. Doesn't really do much against a Chaos Blade, but that's hit the Chaos Blade actually procs. And that Behemoth only has 40 Brave, and so that certainly explains why it is not using it stab up. Looks like the basic attacks from it do more damage than the actual stab up does.
Does Stab Up use Brave? I mean, I guess they all use Brave, I guess. Because they don't have WP, so why would they?
Yeah. Stab killing that Behemoth. It is a 4-on-1, and this Lancer probably not gonna make it out of this. Even if it gets a proc here in a moment, it's just not gonna be able to survive long enough to continue to get those procs. Real low. This Super Lancer is going to be able to finish it off, and that will do it. A 2-0 for Barren.
Decisive victory for the Rams villagers. Up next, we have Simmon 3 versus Break 3. Majors versus Operation Meteor. For the majors, we have the PGA Championship. I think I know which majors he means now. With Time Magic, Auto Potion, and Short Charge. The U.S. Open, the Engineer with Basic Skill Hamido and Deadshot. The classic Hamido Gunner. The Masters, the Thief with Wind Slash Bow and Feather Hat for Strength and Wind, plus Red Shoes. Weapon Guard, Equip Bows, and Basic Skill. And Open Championship, the Mediator, Punch Art, Counter, and Sicken with an Engineer Rifle. This team is very ranged, except for this Chemist. On the other side, Operation Meteor. We have Chang Wufei the Priest with Time Magic, Counter Magic, and Equip Shield for that Mithril Shield.
That is 20 MA. That is a big, big priest.
Hero Yui. I don't think that's how the last name is spelled, but sure. Basic skill, Weapon Guard, and Defense up with a Battle Bamboo. 16 PA on a Sage with the 1 PA using Oracle Rod and Red Shoes. That's going to be a lot of damage coming out of both of these.
It looks like actually that is the proper spelling of Hero Yui's last name.
Huh. Troa Barton, the Wizard, with Draw Out Hamido and Equip Sword. 21 MA on this Draw Out. And Duo Maxwell the Monk with Snipe, Counter Throw, and Equip Axe. Gotta say, this is a very glass cannon team.
Absolutely, it is going to die very easily if it gets hit, but it is going to do ludicrous damage.
Dude woke up and chose violence. Going to large 59 to start. Operation Meteor, well named. Majors in white on the bottom and Operation Meteor in black up top.
There is I believe a haste coming out, but looks like everybody is moving out of it. You know, so far in the preseason, we have seen a ton of units with bows and crossbows and guns. Certainly do wonder if that trend will continue to the main bracket this month, but we're seeing a whole lot of them.
Oof.
Wave Fist drops the Chemist immediately. There's a gunshot. Holy shit, a 264 counter throw is absolutely brutal.
Bonk.
300 from the Battle Bamboo, but does get taken out in return. There's a rejuve to heal up a little bit.
Kills and revenge kills coming fast and furious.
Spin Fist getting a kill, yet another kill here. Things looking pretty decent for the Gundams here. There's another Haste 2 coming out. Does it land? It sure does. NG is going to be able to one-shot these units, I believe. There's a one-shot, so will the Wizard be able to... It goes for the stab, but it's not enough. But it gets another turn!
Haste will do it. Game 1 goes to Operation Meteor. Double turn could not have come at a better time for that Wizard. The hyper-offensive team probably pretty happy with the small map choice.
Absolutely. Wow, and the arcing the bow up and over, even with the Berserk, the red shoes on the Thief. Thief actually picking a line of sight that it can get. There is a spell coming out from the Chemist, not sure what it is.
Conk.
It's really a game of rocket tag here. Demi 2 is enough to get a kill there. Monk moves over, goes for a Spin Fist. Wow, again, just explosive action here. Wish gets the Chemist back up, and honestly, the low HP doesn't matter considering everything is a one-shot here. It really just makes them waste another action. Lot of sandbagging. Here's a Kyo for 3. Protect and Shell could potentially stop a one-shot. Not against the White Mage though. Her HP far too low for it to make a difference. But a big bonk in the back with that stick, and that is a 2-0.
Operation Meteor was a resounding success. Up next, we have Kaffe versus Love-Colored Magic, Master Onion versus Glory Hogs and their beleaguered sidekicks. Alright, for Master Onion, kick punch, it's all in your mime. Kick the Monk with Talk Skill, Barrier, and Equip Armor. Punch the Geomancer with Punch Art, Dragon Spirit, and Martial Arts. It's all in your night. The singing with an E2, Auto Potion, and Defense up. That is a very durable knight. And of course, everyone's favorite, the Mime. On the other side, for the Glory Hogs, we have Raijin the Squire with Item, Auto Potion, and Throw Item, Lava Bolt, and an E2. Hampton the Porky with the now nerfed Oink. Safer the Geomancer with Draw Out, Counterflood, and Overflow. And Plucky the Bard with Basic Skill, CT Save, and Deadshot with those bloody strings. It's going to be big self-heals there.
It's funny, just last night I was talking about the fact that it was really hard to get appreciable damage out of a Bard. Certainly we're going to see about the best you can do with that. Notably, it does heal itself, so if it's able to avoid getting one shot in return, it could actually be pretty useful here.
With 306 hit points, there's not a lot of things that can one-shot that.
Both teams having some ranged options, not a ton, so it is going to take a little time for them to get into range of each other. There's a carved model coming out early, but no proc there. Hell Ivy getting mimed, not doing anything. The knight is going to start singing with that Don't Move helmet. You know, I've definitely worn some hats in my day, but I've never had a hat so big that it encumbered me.
Probably also not worn metal helmets.
This is true. I did put a chainmail coif on once. That sucks, actually. Chainmail is so heavy. Holy shit.
And now imagine a plate helmet.
Punch from the Mime, a little bit of damage, not too much just yet. These battle songs certainly looking to change that. Mimed battle song, getting 3 applications there, very good. Battle song on the other side though, they are singing the same tune. 180, a pretty decent shot, does hit even with only 67% accuracy. An Earth Slash from the Geo, 225, good damage, and Mimed Earth Slash takes the unit down. You love to see the Mime being useful. I didn't realize the Knight had fly there, so it just waddles its way on up on top of the castle. 234, that's a good hit from the Bard. Monk picks the Mime back up. Mime attempts to return the favor, but obviously that's not going to do a whole lot. Moves over, goes for a 102 punch, drops the Squire low, but the Squire does have the ability to auto potion it right back up, and a straight dash 100% takes the Mime right back down in a little bit of a bad spot, a little deeper into the enemy team. Geomancer gets back up, but will certainly be killed again. No, actually going to go for an Earth Slash on the Squire, get the kill. Knight moves over, is just going for the life song, but honestly that's not a bad thing right now. Kyo for all 3 members remaining on the team, as well as one of the enemies. Plucky is singing. I don't imagine Plucky has a great singing voice. You know, a little bit of an underrated SNES game. I mean, of course, SNES full of incredible titles, so, you know, there's always going to be... It's going to be tough against some of the standouts, but Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Busts Loose. Really fun platformer, actually. Very solid game, super fast. It's a very, very quick game, but it's really fun. It's a really solid game, actually. the speedrun attempts of it are maddening because there is no real RNG in the actual levels, but between each level you get a bonus game, and the amount of time the bonus games take varies wildly. Some of them you can just kind of lose very, very quickly and continue your run, losing maybe a minute's time. But then there's one where it's like it's a little bingo mini game where you can get a solid amount of extra lives from it, but it ends up taking up like several minutes of time, and there's no way to skip it. So nobody really speedruns it because it sucks. It's a really bad RNG.
You'd figure there would be a drive to find a manipulation strategy for that.
There may well be. I don't know if there's like a task strat for it or not, but yeah, Aura, I did consider it at one point, but I'm old and my reflexes are shitty, so I'm not good at fast-paced platformers, at least not in a speedrun sense. I do not have the mechanical precision required to be able to execute it, like, reliably. Mime gets back up yet again. It does get an action this time. It does run back behind the fire there, so trying to get away from the piggy so it does not get straight dashed yet again. Game is pretty much all but decided here. Just taking a little time to run the clock out. Mime with that incredibly high jump just hops straight up onto the top of the castle. And they're just singing a song, just being some buds up there. Piggy goes down, a crystal, 2 crystals just for insult to injury, and that is the game.
Master Onion takes game 1. Small 53 coming up.
Much more confined map here, so certainly may not play in the favor of the team that depends on being able to get a bunch of battle songs off. Early Spin Fist, but only 60 damage, not a ton, and the mimed Spin Fist, oh, but it is undone by the Auto Potion, so no harm, no foul. Earth Slash on 2, the Piggy and Squire lining up there in a pretty unfortunate way. Bard moves up, 286, 221, low critical roll, but good damage. Does proc the barrier on the monk, though. First battle song goes off, two successes there. Second one, 4 successes. Piggy doesn't even go for the straight dash, just slaps the Geomancer.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
And a ranged target, which has a very silly animation, but does work. It takes the Geo down.
Nice double up there.
You love to see it. The AI is dumb about a lot of things a lot of times, including mimes, but you know, they also really do some big bringing strats with mimes sometimes. Punch from the mime takes the Piggy down, and looks like Master Onion is in the driver's seat again. Certainly still anybody's game. The The Tiny Toons and... Oh, wow, especially reviving the enemy. The
mime giveth, the mime taketh away.
Tiny Toons in Final Fantasy VIII certainly could turn it around, but it is going to be a tough battle. And anymore, I don't think that they can.
Ah.
Mime hops down, a big punch into the back. Counter Flood does take it down, though, in a rough position, but that Geo's got its work cut out for it if it wants to take down 3 units here.
Well, were there ever a generic that could?
It's not that one.
Is that 2-0 for Master Onion?
Sure was.
Alrighty, up next we have Simmon 4 versus Korremar. Infections versus Have It In Away. Bubgerkurg.
Bubgerkurg.
For Infections, we have Viral the Thief with Snipe, CT Save, and Equip Bow. Bacterial the Geomancer with Punch Art, Counterflood, and Overflow. That's appropriate. Parasitic the Knight with Basic Skill, Dragon Spirit, and Concentrate. And a Save the Queen with Strengthen via Cross Helmet. And Fungal the Chemist with Planar Magic, Auto Potion, and Short Charge. On the other side...
Moving on over to the Binkle, the ninja with 14 PA, Punch Art, Martial Arts, does have the Strength and Earth from Koga Knife with that Earth Slash, should put up some pretty good damage. We have Hergus Burgus the Ninja, 359 HP, courtesy of that Equip Armor. 13 MA, definitely high for a ninja. Does have Talk Skill, so pretty good success rates on those talkies. Third, we have Grib. This is supposed to be Grib and Bib, but Final Fantasy Tactics is weird, and I don't think there was the appropriate thing. But anyway, Perseus, Bow, and Overflow counter basic skill for a little support. 326 is pretty good HP, and the Perseus Bow procs are just about one-shots typically, so pretty good with a little luck there. And bringing up the rear...
I will say one thing, though. Unlike previous months, the ampersand not breaking the memgen, so nice upgrade Fig.
We'll take it. And bringing up the rear, Eve Freef the Knight, the E2 for Always Defend. Grand Helmet, Bronze Armor, Defense Armlet makes it immune to damn near every status. HP Restored and Guts makes it hard to kill with just straight up damage, and it does have Battle Skill and Item for some team support. So the design philosophy behind this team was pretty simple. I had LCM roll 4 random numbers for me, and then a 5th and a 6th, rolling between 1 and 118, because there are 118 weapons in the Data Companion. And the weapons that were rolled were the only ones I could use. I had to build a team around that, and the rolls were questionable.
Did find a way to get all of them in, although, like you said, somewhat questionable.
Managing to roll 3 ninja swords out of 118 is wildly unlikely, but you know, that's RNG sometimes.
The speed on that ninja combined with talk skill, though, because you do get the spell blade. That's something.
Yeah, I'm definitely very curious to see how that unit performs. There's that Earth Slash coming out, 112 okay damage, not too bad. Talking Ninja moving up, not in range to do anything just yet. There's a bow shot for 117, pretty good.
Thankfully, no don't move.
And an auto potion does heal the ninja up. Ice Wolf Bite is enough to kill 2 actually on top of the break.
That's a clump. Oh, but only death sentence. No Mimic Darabon here.
Strix Feather does strip the re-raise and does pretty good damage at that. Breaks coming out. Head break on the ninja makes her a fair bit less durable. Auto potion undoes that damage. Another death sentence coming out, and it does land. That's a second death sentence. Team just has to last long enough. Ice Wolf Bite, another break, another auto potion. That stings. Hits everybody. Cheer up for the archer on himself. He is going to back up. He is undead, so if he goes down, it is less of a deal than some of the others. That is a shot to the archer. It is enough, or sorry, the ninja is enough to kill. There's a chakra. That is going to be the Geo's last action for now. A shot, no proc. Dragon Spirit goes off yet again, which means the archer will likely Strix Feather if it gets a chance. Ice Wolf Bite is unfortunate. Does break that cursed ring. And he goes down right before his turn at that. Chemist gets a Phoenix down for her last action, does get up the other unit that went down to the death sentence, and I do think that my team is in trouble here. It's just not going to be able to make it out. The tempo not playing in its favor right now. The map didn't work great for it, so we will see if the smaller map does any better.
Freef is doing his job and staying alive.
But against a full team, it's only going to be for a short period of time here. Shield break, so he loses his always defend. Goes for a stab. So the sword that he rolled is the start defend sword, which is questionably useful. But notably, it does at least have 11 WP, so the hits with it are a little better than they could be otherwise.
Start defend, not super great when you have always defend.
Exactly.
Or, you know, just in general.
There's the armor break, so he is rapidly losing his ability to stay alive for longer. Does still have his sword. Loses his helmet as well. This poor man is being stripped very quickly. I believe he is just a sword and an accessory at this point. There's the pitfall, drops him very low, but he gets the HP restore.
For all of 171.
Oh, he even lost his accessory. He is just a broadsword. You know, he is Ethan Freef here. The guts and HP restore, he's still in it.
I wouldn't say in it, but he is alive.
He really has this chemist's number. And does not get a guts proc there, so does go down, and so game 1 sure does not go to me.
Infections. Oh boy, the infection winning. Just what we need in this pandemic, or post-pandemic, or whichever era you believe it is. I don't even know anymore.
Hey, this is the map that I did the really crappy MS Paint drawing of when I was trying to call out what map I think is probably worth replacing. Early shirking, good damage to the thief. The thief does get the CT save, gets his action, goes for a shot back to the ninja. Other ninja moves up, gonna go for that death sentence, 76% chance, but it misses this time.
I feel like that was the 70s Potterness.
Geomancer is forced to chakra its teammate. Knight moves up, going for the Ice Wolf bite. Breaks the accessory on the ninja. And there is an Ambrosia.
Uh-oh.
Oof. Yeah, that short charge flare too, gonna make short work of my team here. Gets 1 kill, good damage to everybody else. Not quite enough to kill anybody, but the thief is gonna be able to finish off my archer here.
It's very reminiscent of last round.
Ninja goes for stabs instead of using talk skill. That's not what I want her to do there. Ice Wolf bite, auto potion. Ninja is brought up by the Phoenix down before he crystallizes, but the chemist is going to be able to finish him right back off. No, going for a frog actually. Does not land. There is another 2 stabs. Why are you stabbing? Dude, you are terrible at stabbing. Stop stabbing. There's the death sentence. After she's wasted 2 turns swinging at the chemist, she decides to just tell the chemist she's gonna die. I believe that's probably another flare coming out. Ninja goes right back down. No, another attempt at frogging. And it hits both. Frog notably being one of the only things that the knight is not immune to. The Knight Grand Helmet, immune to Sleep and Faith, Bronze Armor, Petrify and Stop, Defense, Armlet, Don't Move, Don't Act, Dead, and Death Sentence. So it is immune to pretty much everything that isn't Frog.
Unfortunate.
Well, Frog and Charm.
Lose your shield, Frog. Not sure where you were keeping it, but...
The Archer does stand back up. So is going to get a chance to heal the frog, but this is it's going to be more than a little bit of an uphill battle here. The ninja crystallizes. The frog is going to crystallize shortly.
Welcome back, little frog.
Not. Ninja goes right back down. We're looking at the same scenario as the first game.
Now with slightly more clothes.
But none of his knight has anything to say about it.
Yeah, getting stripped just as hard as last time.
Flare 2, especially with that short charge, simply proving way too much for this team to handle. A pretty rough matchup. I dare say I think it probably would have done pretty okay against a lot of other teams, but simply could not compete with that kind of AoE damage, and that is a 2-0 for Simmon.
Up last for the night, we have Simmon 5 versus Break 2, Geology versus Too Cool. For Geology, we have Quartz the Knight with Punch Art, HP Restore, and Guts, another Chaos Blade team. Amethyst the Knight, double Chaos Blade, basic skill, auto potion, defense up. Sapphire the Knight, item counter and concentrate. We are going hard on those Chaos Blades. Geologist the Thief with Snipe Hamito, Equip Bows, and the Longbow. On the other side for Too Cool, we have Rikishi the Thief with Time Magic, Weapon Guard, and Equip Bow with that Ultimus Bow. G-Master Sexay the Plague with Gaze. Scotty Too Hottie the Sage with item, counter magic, and defense up with Start Faith. And Smackdown the Cockatoris. No introduction necessary for those birds. They have done some things.
Absolutely. Notably, after the nerf to them, we have not seen them as often, but they are certainly still a very scary unit with a fairly reliable ranged petrify and still a pretty beefy amount of HP. Of course, still very fast, extremely mobile. Even after the nerf, they are a pretty scary unit.
Yep. The Geologists in white and Too Cool in blue.
Tailwind does get the Chemist as well, only hitting one other unit given the way that the unit started, but such is the map RNG. An early arm aim takes the sword brain, the sage. It's like the sword. What are they called again?
Don't ask me, I didn't do it.
The sword sage, the seer blade,
I like the Hamito at the wall.
Plague moving up and going for that I-beam. Seal Evil gets the Petrify on the spell Seer Sage.
The guy.
Yeah, the Mohawk fella.
I wanna be the guy.
Fun fact, actually beat that the night that the full version came out. When KN originally released it, it was, you could fight all the initial bosses, but you couldn't actually continue to the Fortress of the Guy. And then a friend and I, the very night that it came out, the full version, we both stayed up until KN released it, and we hopped on immediately and started going at it. And yeah, I actually was one of the earliest folks to beat I Want to Be the Guy.
I remember when it came out, but I was too busy doing anything else.
It really is an exercise in frustration for a lot of people. Definitely, if it's your type of game, it's great. If it's not, you will despise it.
Also, I knew Kayan personally, so
they're a delight, actually. They're a very good tweeter. And the I Want to Be the Guy, of course, not only spawned hundreds and hundreds of small fan games, but has also, of course, the inspiration for I Want to Be the Boshi, which is very popular, and a lot of people know that.
Ice Wolf does not land on the Thief. Too Cool, while down a member, is still putting up some reasonable action.
Absolutely. Pretty bad luck from the Chaos Blades on the other side. So they are still in it. The Chaos Blades, of course, not known for their damage.
Either it works or it doesn't.
One more of the gems go down. There's a wish to bring the Geologist back up. The gems doing a a pretty nice job at staying up here. That the joke doesn't work as good saying it as it would to type it out, but you know, GNEISS. It's yeah.
Puns.
There's that gaze does land, and that will do it. Game 1 does not go to the gems, unfortunately.
Unfortunately? Poor break.
I didn't mean it like that. I just like seeing Chaos Blade teams do well.
I just like seeing crystals. Oh, I see. That's why it's geology, because it mines crystals.
$190, a pretty hefty vital strike there. Tailwind hitting 2 other units this time. The starting formation working out a little bit better for the wrestlers here. That's a big frog being charged, but a Seal Evil gets the Petrify and prevents it.
Second burst, same as the first.
210, a big I-beam. Chakra is going to pick the Knight back up just a little bit, but not a whole lot. A break coming out. Mega Potion going to heal one of the Knights up. Mega Potion, the much more affordable alternative to Ambrosia, of course, and you don't need that MP healing. That's a big HP restore. Petrify not landing on the Thief this time. It is very funny to me, of course, when a Petrify lands on a floating unit. I especially think of God of War, of course. God of War having the Gorgon units that could petrify Kratos, and so it was exceedingly dangerous to jump or do any attack that makes you rise into the air, because if you get petrified while you're in the air, you fall, and the moment you hit the ground, you die immediately.
Shattered.
Yep. Plague going for just the I-beam on the Thief this time. Decided not to go for another attempt to petrify. Thief does not go down. Gets in a shot over there to get a kill, but a wind strike does take him down immediately after. Whole lot of dead units here.
It's 2-on-2 if I'm seeing right.
I do believe you are correct. Nope. There was one hiding behind the bar. Wow, abysmal luck on these Chaos Blades. Such is the chance when you build a team centered solely around procs, but wow, it has not been good luck for them at all.
Looks like they're going to have some time to work on it, though, with that Don't Act.
Absolutely, a little bit of time to get some friends back up here. Bird does get to snag the crystal out from underneath anybody else. Geologist takes a small shot at the Plague, but not a lot. An I-beam does take him back down, but they do seem to be kind of tying each other up there a little bit. Another swing. Still no procs. Really incredible.
Well, there's one.
Hey, there we go. Wind strike for 196 is a lot, but that knight is full health, so not going to be enough. There's a Petrify. Not undoing that with a Phoenix down. Knight chakras himself, but only for 50, not a whole lot.
He is out of wind strike range, though.
Alright, Knight does have soft, so the Thief gets yet another action, moves into the corner, takes an arm aim, gets another don't act.
That was a very timely land for that.
This bird might just be in trouble. Although being up on the barrel, I guess that Knight can't actually hit it there. The bird says, you know what, I'm just gonna hang out right here, actually. Truly incredible. The bird is like hard trolling these Knights.
Cheat.
Bird being stuck in this loop of killing the Thief over and over is going to have a little bit of trouble taking down the full team here. It's certainly not impossible, but it is pretty unlikely.
Bird has that poor Thief's number.
The bird unfortunately can't even go for some clutch petrifies because it looks like the geologists do have multiple ways to remove it. Stigma magic, heal, soft, yeah, 3 ways to remove it, so I just don't see a way the bird has out of this. It's just a matter of time.
The bird is allured.
There is that gaze.
Although there is a soft still standing on the other side, so...
Absolutely, yeah, there's soft heal and stigma magic. 3 ways to potentially remove a petrify, so it can't really use that to get out of this. Oh, it does get a second turn there.
They are fast. But not fast enough.
There is the Cascade proc. RNG giveth, RNG taketh away. We're going to a game 3. Bird up!
Bird up.
Eric Andre, a really, I mean, certainly interesting fella, but, you know, if you've never seen it, the Eric Andre is interviewed by Larry King, and I'll tell you, it is truly incredible television. I mean that entirely genuinely.
Too cool. Putting out a lot of damage on the front end. Gonna make those knights waste a couple of turns dealing with the petrify and the self-heals.
There's a frog coming out as well that really could make a big difference here.
That's on 3 targets. Got one of them.
Only landing on 1, not going to do a whole lot, of course. There's a Petrify, and it lands. Having a unit frogged and a unit petrified is real bad for the Geologists. Another Frog 2 being charged, but the caster is in a little bit of a precarious position. That being said, I don't think it's going to matter. I do think Geology has lost too much tempo already at this point. I don't know how they're getting out of it.
Well, that's one way.
Ooh.
That would have been a hell of a counter, but...
goes down. Auto Potion keeping the knight a little healthier, but he's in a rough spot. It is going to be a very arduous uphill battle here. Through Chaos Blade, anything is possible, so jot that down, but...
Auto Potion not gonna be enough to keep up with it. Although I guess.
Although, yeah, that one healed him, but still. The sandbagging is just losing tempo in every loop. Nobody's getting a chance to even swing with those Chaos Blades to get a chance to crystallize somebody, so...
From downtown. Once again, just that one night.
And that will close out the night.
Too Cool takes it 2-1. And that is that. I will be seeing you all tomorrow for the beginning of the tournament proper. Make sure to get your predictions in for the brackets. As always, thanks everybody for participating, hanging out in chat, coming watching, and sending in teams. Big thanks to Patty and Void for their continuing work on the maps. Big thanks to Fig, of course, for the team builder that gets so many new people interested. Definitely would not be growing this fast without it. And of course, big thanks to Korremar for helping me out in the booth, especially when I was too tired. You definitely carried a lot of the matches.
Happy to help, as always, but yeah, we will catch y'all tomorrow.
Night.